Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Hump Day. Uh, Thanks for jumping in. I'm glad to see you. Hope you guys have had a good week so far. I've had a great week. My son got married this weekend, which was awesome. It was a beautiful wedding, went good. And so tonight, it is a finished rye flight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna blind them. Me and the Gunny are gonna go through and do nothing more than taste them and rank them. We're not trying to go through and figure out which one's which and all that kind of stuff. But we're definitely going to go through and figure out, of these finished ryes, what do we like better? So on tap for tonight, we have Angel's Envy. We have the Angel's Envy finished rye that's finished in Caribbean rum casks. We have the High West Yippee-Ki-Yay, which is, I believe, vermouth. Is that right? Vermouth. Mm-hmm. Vermouth and Syrah. We have Minor Case, which one is that? What, sherry? Finished in sherry. And then we have the Jefferson's rye, which is finished in cognac. So, be a lot of fun. I love finished whiskeys, without a doubt. I love them, love them, love them. Everything about them. They make for great cigar blends, and they make for just great cigar tasters. So for me, I always like having finished stuff when I go through and do this. So we thought it'd be a lot of fun to go through and just fight these. And then afterwards, when we get done with the stream and that stuff, we're going to head out and we're going to go back on the back deck and see how good it pairs with our cigars. So,
you want to mix them?
Yeah. What am I doing? Just mixing them up in a second?
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of mixing around. What's up, Adam? Good to see you, buddy. Daniel H., brother. Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't talked to you, which is weird. We usually talk all the time. Marty. What's up, Marty? Bourbon Baller. Here we go. Man, I'll tell you what. I've been excited about this all day thinking about it. I'm thinking, oh, man, this is going to be amazing. So give me just a second, and I'm going to do some corn flabbing mixing around. But I can do that right here. I'm just waiting.
To be honest with you, I don't remember which already.
Hey, then we're good. If we're blind, we're blind. I don't really care. So let me just keep getting the stuff ready here. Look at my YouTube, turn my volume down. So hopefully everybody has something. I didn't get the thumbnail out as fast as I wanted to. Quite honestly, I wasn't for sure if I was going to go tonight, just because, I know that there's some people on tonight and there's some cool stuff going on. Mash and Drum has a killer show tonight at 9. So I will definitely be done before 9. I can tell you that for sure. He's got the master distiller for Peerless, who is brilliant, doing some amazing things. So that's a good thing. And then I think around 8 o'clock, Whiskey Mountains is doing her monthly thing where she's going over, I think her hunting she did while she was out in Vegas, if I recall. So I'm going to go through this blind. When we finish, we finish. I definitely know it won't take us till 9, but I wanted to get a little bit earlier in case, Adriana or somebody wanted to jump on and not be flustered. But, it's kind of hard because it's still working hours out west, so I get it. Sugar Kitty, what's up? Oh, is he on now? Oh, that's right. He is now on now, and then his 9 o'clock stream is separate. So, yeah. But that's okay. He's got 50,000 subscribers. It'll all work out. I just really wanted to go through and do all these different rye finishes because none of them are finished in the same. I wanted to look at I really was interested in the whole idea of between the ports and your sherries and your vermouth, all these different all these different port finishes or different barrel finishes. It's really interesting, right? You're finding a lot of cool things that are happening about it. So that's one of the things I really wanted to go through and see, hey, listen, I know what things I like, but I wasn't for sure which one I liked better. I'm really subjective on a lot of different ones because I was a wine guy for a long period of time. So for me, And I know that there's a couple people on here that are cigar people, right? And so I was like, hey, which one of these do I think I like better with a cigar? So that's what we're going to tinker with. And besides, if you haven't had it or seen it, you can hear us talk about the brand new Jefferson's Rye Cognac drop. It just dropped last week in Ohio. I don't know where all that's dropped, who all has done reviews on it yet or not. I haven't seen tons of it. I have tried it. Me and the Gunny both had it. And we both gave it a 100% motivating hoorah. It was good to go. It was very good. So as I do this, go to my channel so I can see what the hell is actually going on in YouTube. Get rid of my top chat, which is stupid that it always defaults to top chat, and go to live chat. All right, perfect. All right. I think I got about everything ready that I need. I'll put this stuff over here. Get my notes out.
The order?
Keep the order. Got it. Got my order out. And let's see here. So,
your order is not the same as my order.
That's okay. We're blind, right? So it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're not wrong, Baller. There is a lot of differences and inconsistencies. But you know what? I'm just interested to see how they do against each other in this particular one. I've had some really good ones. I've had some that were kind of like, but overall, I haven't had one that I ever wanted to drain pour. Having said that, there's not very many things I've ever drain pour. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever drain poured something. There's a reason for that. No, it's not just because I blend it. I have had stuff that I did not want to blend, that I thought it is so rancid and so terrible. There's only one proper way to get rid of something that is that bad and rancid. Fire bombs. You throw that shit in the fire and it makes a mushroom cloud. And we've done that a few times. There may have been singed hair, but it makes a beautiful blue flame if you've never done it. Just be careful. Sugar Kitty, you're not wrong. They are. Definitely are. So I'm going to put this as my finished rye flight. Rye skirmish. We're skirmishing these guys to see which one of these guys comes out on top. So we're going to taste them, talk about them a little bit, go through, figure them out, and then we'll rank them. We'll rank them after we come back to them, because you always got to come back to it to figure out where it actually stands. So are we doing them in order like 1, 2, 3, 4?
You do them however you want.
Oh, okay.
Just so you keep them in the same order.
Yep. Got it. So that's the Gunny in the background. The famous Gunny. Yeah. Y'all loved, right? Oh. It is. Y'all loved. All right. Ooh, freaking raw. Man, I am so excited for this. I'm looking at the glasses. I'm like, ooh. And if you know me, I'm looking at the legs. I'm looking at the splattering. I'm looking at the spackling. I'm looking at the shrapnel. What are they doing? I'm like, oh. So, without further ado, I think we're far enough in. I think I've got my hellos to everybody. Adam says, what's up, Gunny?
Yo.
Daniel H. Yeah, I think we got everybody. Daniel H said he has some DR finished in a fancy cask name that if I say it wrong, he's going to make fun of me forever. Similar to port. Sweet. A similar to port finish is what he's got. So let's go to the first one. I'm just going to go in order on mine.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your first one isn't the same as my first.
That's okay. I'm going to go to my first one. And my first one, after looking at them all, this is my darkest one. And it is sticky. It is like sticky red. What's up, Clint? Cheers, brother. I hope you're doing better. I hope you're feeling better. Moving around better. We got to get you back over here soon. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what, this is sticky. The eyes on it are dark. It's got a great dark color, very robust. It's got a robust dark color. Man, what is that? That's I had a weird note. It's like if I had like a really light beer and an old Genesee bottle. So, but yeah, man, I'll tell you what, the legs on this are just like glue. Like if you had clear glue, man, legs are amazing. The finish on this is dope. The finish is funky. All right, let's go to the nose of this bad guy. What are you guys drinking on tonight? Hopefully some finished stuff. Oh, I think I know what that is. Yeah, that's thick. That's got a big, thick smell. You know, the smell of mine matches the legs for sure. Man, that is really, really good. Now, I have had all these, but I haven't had them recently. I've only had a couple of them recently. So you're drinking Michter's Barrel Finish Rye. Nice. Man, that's got some spicy notes. Big spicy note. I think that's somewhere between like maybe like a cinnamon powder with allspice, maybe. I'll say cinnamon with allspice. You've got the double rye Banwas bottle. Your Midwinter's Night on deck. Currently, Balcones Rye in the glass tournament. Oh, Dano, that sounds amazing. Mr. Whiskey Shits Adam. He has a Rendezvous Ride distillery release. Nice.
Now, Rendezvous is my favorite Ryes of the Old West.
Oh, yeah? Of the High West.
High West.
High West, yeah. So I'm pretty sure you hear that. Let me know if you can hear the Gunny talking pretty good, because you should. My mic picks up really good, and we're about equal distance from it. But the Gunny said, Adam, that Rendezvous is his very favorite High West rye. And I am getting like a deep, almost like someone tried to dehydrate it and didn't quite get it all the way. Apricot. I have a deep apricot taste or smell so far. Yeah, but there's definitely a big spice note on this. All right, I'm going to go to the palate on this. So cheers to you guys. I hope you like this. There's some pepper on the finish of that guy. Wow, that's peppery. Tastes a little proofier than I think it is. I don't think it's nearly as proofy as it is. I would say this is like right up in the maybe 100, right in the 100 area, somewhere in the 100 area.
Well, all those notes you're talking about is not what I pulled out of my first one.
Yeah, well, we don't have the same first one.
First one was a lot less impressive.
Yeah, but this does have like a really big, thick finish. It's just kind of trailing. It's like a slug trail, you know?
Mine was more wheat, more thin.
Thin?
Medicinal right off the bat.
I have a really familiar note. It's kind of like like somewhere in the middle of like, it's not black licorice because I hate black licorice, but it's close to like a melted black licorice. Not quite so tart though. Sugar Kitty's drinking Pingree Orange at the moment. Nice. Major Pingree. You're not a High West fan other than Midwinter's Night Dram and the special releases. Fair enough. But you're out in Utah.
But
Right.
the base for Midwinter Night's Dram is Rendezvous Rye.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, and I think that's the thing is just figuring out how they take some. Ooh. Oh, I love how, like when you get big, thick stuff, they just continue to open up and open up. Like when I think of opening up, right, the thing that we've done recently is Iron Root. The Iron Root Harbinger, the new Harbinger special release. I had a release 4. Boy, it just kept evolving, open and open and open. Every time you had a little bit and you went back to it, you're like, whoa, it just opened again. That's what this is doing for sure. Definitely opening. So, interesting fact, I know there's a couple in here that I think everybody in here knows me pretty well, but if not, it is so important to make sure that you're tasting right. Now, someone like, well, why do you think you know how to taste it? Well, because I do. It's important to make sure that you do a couple of certain things, right? You have to do a palate introduction. You have to start introducing it to your palate slow and easy. Get to your palate introduction nice and slow and easy. You don't need to blow your palate away instantly. Then you want to either go through and do a light chew or a block. Chewing is literally just put it in your mouth and act like you're chewing. Just enough to wish it around to get your mouth to open up. And it's going to be really hot. It's going to be spicy. It's bourbon, duh. You're going to have some heat. But it's an important part of it. Blocking is pouring it in, but not letting it go to your stomach. Kind of like you pull your tongue up. It comes up, and when it comes up that tongue, and then it falls down around the side and kind of puddles down in the reservoir below your tongue. And then as your tongue comes in there, it's really nice. It does the same thing without lightening up your gums. Some people like the gums. Some people, like me, I think it's irrelevant. I don't really need my gums to be lit up because there's no reason to. The size of my palate is what matters more than my gums. All that is crucial to acclimation, right? Not just palate, but olfactory. You have to deal with olfactory acclimation. As it goes down, and there's that time period where you're just sitting, and in this case, I'm talking on purpose to help teach, and at the same time, let this stuff move through my olfactory back up through the inside and everything. I'm doing this whole palate acclimation so that when I come back to it, I get a more true taste of what the master distiller was trying to do. Now, we've talked about this lately. Do you like chewing better or the blocking?
I like chewing.
You like the chew. Yeah, and I like the block. So do what is good for you, but I always suggest that somehow you let it come back down and puddle under your tongue, and then kind of just set your palate down on it, right? But yeah, give it time. Give it time. Let it open up. Let it become what it should be. That's gotten really, there's still big pepper, but there's also this sweetness. It's fruity, but there's another level in there. It's like molasses, but molasses isn't sweet, but somebody put a little bit of sweetener with my molasses. Something that gets like a sweet molasses. I'll tell you what, though, there is not any. Let me double check before I say that. I do not have any mint on that. None. Zero. Kibosh. No mint at all. So your number one was kind of like,
Yeah.
kind of thin.
Yeah. Lackluster.
Yeah. So mine was very robust and darker the eyes. The finish was funky, good, thick, spicy, lots of pepper notes on the finish. Had like a cinnamon allspice in the mid palate with a deep apricot, and maybe somewhere after I went back into my second taste, I had more of like a really nice, sweet, thick, molassesy kind of note to it. So it gets a star. Not a star minus, but a star. We'll see what the other ones get.
Mine's got in the 4th place, waiting for someone to take it away.
Yours is already number 4.
Mine's already to number 4.
It started right at the bottom. All right. On to the second one. Sweet. Going to number 2. So much thinner on the eyes.
Much more pleasant.
Definitely lighter for sure. Whatever this one is, it's definitely lighter. Kind of like I guess like a brand new shiny penny. I mean, it's not a lot of deep character to it. My first initial thought was like pretty dehydrated. So I'm pretty sure that I've seen this in my days of dehydration.
Mine looks and swirls like what I would expect if I had a glass of cognac. But the cognac finish doesn't necessarily mean anything.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, this is really thin. I'm not getting tons of stuff on it. This is definitely more floral. I pick up a lot more floral notes on this. Like marigolds. You know, like how marigolds have a little flowery note, but they're not like this overpowering. Definitely not like a tulip, more like something just a light. Man, I'm not picking up tons more than just some floral notes. A little bit of sweetness, not tons. Well, so far, this is definitely far behind number 1. So, to the palate.
Oh, yeah.
So it went in really, like, there wasn't a lot there. But then about mid palate, it started to heat up, got really, really proofy, really spicy. On the finish, it does have some pepper to it, but it's much more medicinal than the other one I had. Huh. But you know, I always get a better nose after I've tasted it. My nose on the front is never the best. So like when they were going through and doing Matt Madness and they want you to nose it and pull stuff out right away, you can, but boy, it's easier after a first drink. I like having that aromatics come in and help. It definitely puts off signature rye notes that I'm really familiar with. For me, it's very oatmeal-y, grainy, somewhere in that ballpark. Like if I was smelling some fresh oats cooked on the stove or something. Now, as far as casking, I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, what could that be? What could the cask be? It is a little woody though. I am getting some wood on this. It didn't come out at first, but I am getting some wood the more it sits. This one's got me a little bit more bewildered. The first one, I knew what it was. I was pretty sure I knew what it was. I don't think I had any questions on it. I'm going to give a guess at my notes of what I think it is. Or what casking I think it is. Yeah, it does put out, I mean, it's definitely putting out some spice notes, some heavy spice notes. It's kind of sweet. It's kind of like bubblegummy. And I get a little bit of like a really nice double mint. You know, this one has a double mint to it, but it also has like a a little note that it's hard to describe the note that I usually associate with different casks, but it's sharp. There's a sharp note in there that reminds me of a certain casking. But yeah, this one's like, so the first one, I'm going to make it 2 stars because this was definitely not even close to that. Then I'll add stars and cut them away as I go. So, yeah. So, and these are blind. We have no idea. We're not doing double blind. We know what we have. We just don't know the order in which we're having them. So it's always fun to do that. It's always good to mix it up. And it's really good when you have someone doing it for you and you're supposed to go do it, but they already forgot what they did. So you don't even have to go do anything.
I was going to say, Gunny's great at that. I can't remember.
He's like, I was like, hey, Gunny, what'd you do? He's like, I don't know. I was like, good. Blinds initiated. So no, that's always a lot of fun. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure I know what number 1 is. I may know what number 2 is. It'll be interesting as I go down the road. So, and to recap, right, what we have is we have the Jefferson's Rye finished in cognac. We have the Angel's Envy finished in the Caribbean rum casks. We have Minor Case, which is finished in sherry. And then we have the Yippee Ki-Yay, which is finished in vermouth and Syrah. Am I correct? Man, I'll tell you what. I learned that quick. I know vermouth because I like martinis. I know Syrah because
You're a wine guy.
I'm a wine guy. And Syrah, especially Petite Syrah, is peppery, like peppery. Petite Syrah is what you have when you go through. What guy doesn't like to have a nice finish? Exactly, Dustin. You know, it's just hard to find that finish with a happy ending. It just doesn't happen nearly as often as you'd like. But yeah, you know, Petite Syrah is what I always used to drink when I knew I was having a, what's the steak that's always crusted around the edge? When you go, they always have so much of it and you might get some or might not. God, I'm losing my mind. Someone in here will say something, especially Daniel. So, but they usually have, you go in and they have steak, then we have a certain amount of it. It always looks really raw, but if they always pepper and crust the outside, it's perfect for it. Prime rib. That's it. Yeah, there's nothing better than a great finish, Dustin. You got that right. So, on to number 3 of our finished Ryes. You know, it's got a little bit more color than the other one. The first one was definitely the darkest by far. The legs on this are pretty good. They're thick. They seem to be dropping at a good rate without breaking apart.
Mine's more shrapnel than it is legs.
And just breaking apart. So if you're familiar with shrapnel, had to light up a Camacho Corojo. Couldn't wait, Bobby. Sorry. No worries, man. We actually did a little pre-gaming. We had a little warm up and a cigar, and then we're gonna, once we wrap up, we're gonna go out on the back deck and we're gonna partake of some good whiskey and cigars. So we have some good cigars we've been waiting to get to. We hadn't got to yet, and so we're gonna do that right afterwards. So we figured, oh, I know what that is. I don't even have to guess. I know exactly what this is. I'm just gonna go ahead and write it down. I know what that is. I will give notes though, so everybody else can guess along, but anybody that knows this knows what it is. So, this will give it away instantly. It smells like, I don't know, maple. It smells like French toast. It smells like pancakes next to your egg whites. There is no doubt in my mind. I know exactly what that is. That one is a 100%. But it's a really good drinker. It's a really good drinker, especially if you're new into ryes and whiskeys and you want to drink something and try something new that, you know, you like some sweetness and you like some good flavor to it, but you don't like a ton of burn, a ton of heat. There's definitely one there. Lafroy 21. Dude, I am so ready to start going into heavy peated. I'm ready to go into heavy peated whiskey. That's for sure.
All right. Now I'm perplexed. I thought I knew what 2 was until I tried 3.
I know exactly what my 3 is. So my 3, really easy coming in on the palate. Once it hits the mid palate, it tingles a little bit, comes open. Really has a big, big, big maple note. It's very maple. It's really hard to get anything out of it because maple is so strong with this. You know, Dustin, there is nothing wrong. It's hard to sit there on stuff and have stuff without sipping it. I want to try everything. So I've just gotten to the point. That's why I've been doing collections. I just want to open them all up, crack them all, and drink them because I have so much I haven't even done for so long. I know 100% what that is. Don't even have to guess. But that means that my 2 and 4 are going to be really... I might have to take a drink of water, to be honest with you. Just because I got to get that maple wash out. Man. Now the second darkest one is my last one. It definitely is going to be my last one. So I'm going to my number 4. Now this actually has really good legs on it. And it's definitely darker than my other ones were. And definitely the most minty floral note of any of them. Like a lot.
Looks like dingleberries.
You got dingleberries in another glass. Wipe your ass already.
Like when you put those dingleberries across your windshield of your car, little fringy things.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Up in Smoke.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about those. You know, you're talking about like the shag dingles that hang down in the Cheech's van.
Yeah.
Cheech and Chong's van. It's like, ripped his shirt. How cliche. Hey, man, you never guess what I did. You broke the key off the trunk. How'd you know? Oh, good times there.
Wow.
Hmm.
All right.
Now I'm perplexed.
Yeah.
Now I'm perplexed.
Yeah, this one blew me away.
The flavor is so much different than the nose. This has got a really big black tea note, without a doubt. Very robust, very thick. Way more than I thought.
And my last one had the brown sugar molasses I would have expected in a rum something or another.
Yeah.
But I already had the rum something or another, so apparently one of them is wrong.
Yeah, this has got definitely black tea. I mean, there's like a big black tea, you know, like I don't know. For me, whatever reason, black tea and sealant tar kind of come hand to hand when they're hot. This is like, I'm thinking, what the heck? So I think this is this. I'm pretty sure on that. And I'm definite on this. I'm torn between. But you know, I'm telling you this. Did I have pepper on there? I'm glad I'm going back between 2 and 3. I've got nailed. I know for sure 2 and 3.
I know I got 1 and 4 nailed.
I'd be really interested. So, Marty's sipping on a Jack Daniel's Tennessee Taster Rye. Lagavulin, Ardbeg, Lafroig, and Springbank. Dustin, that is a lineup. We need to get together and you need to introduce me into some heavy scotch. I've been really enjoying my scotch journey lately, but the only way I'm going to advance is to push it. I want to push my scotch palate. Oh, I just got a note on this one.
And my number 4, I could drink all night.
I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Just because I just got a weird note. I just got I don't want to say what it is because it gives it away, but I got a real pungent smell. Like that I know that. I think I know that smell. I think so. I'm pretty sure. So as of right now, my first one is my favorite. My number 4 is my second. 3 is 3, and number 2 is dead last. And I know I'm 100% sure I know what number 3 is. I'm pretty sure I know what number 2 is. But number 1 and 4.
My last one, my number 4 was obviously the best one. And my first one was obviously the worst one. So I'm kind of mixed on 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, they are 2 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know which ones they are because of the finishes. Because I know what the finishes are. The only one I think I could be wrong on is my top 2. My bottom 2, I know what they are. I know what they are for sure. But I think I have these right. All right, so right now I have number 1 as my top, which was the first one I had. It was robust. It was dark. It was a big, funky finish. It was very thick, spiced cinnamon, deep apricot, peppery with sweet molasses, blah, blah, blah. My number 2 is mint, florals, black tea, good finish. I'd say medium finish, not as big as the first finish. Does have a mid palate, a little dry on the back end, and has a real pungent smell or taste. Number 3, maple. It's just maple. And then number 2, it had floral. It had slight sweetness, a little bit medicinal. I did have some wood notes, and I'm pretty sure that I know what cask that is as well. So how'd yours rank?
Well, the first one I tried right off the bat was very medicinal. It looked very thin and light. It was kind of a warm, but not a pleasant warm. And I thought it was really unimpressive. So I wasn't really crazy about the number 1. I ranked that one last. My number 2, I thought right off the bat, it looked like cognac. It was pleasant, syrupy, thick, viscous. It was a little bit darker. It was very flavorful and sweet, warm, peppery. It made my mouth tingle. And I thought it had ridiculous legs on it. So it was kind of syrupy. My third one was sweet, but a tangy kind of sweet. It had shrapnel at first, but then the shrapnel turned into some really long, impressive legs. It was very pleasant. I tasted a hint of molasses. And the fourth one, right off the bat, brown sugar. It was sweet, very pleasant. I could drink his shit all night.
And drink his shit all night.
So my rank was my fourth one was first. My second one I ranked second. Third one was third. And obviously the fourth one was number one.
Right. What's up, Chris? So Chris is in there. He's like, dang, y'all just sound just alike. Love it. Yeah, we do sound very similar. Quite honestly, we look quite a bit similar. Little bit of difference in age and height, but that's about it. Big League Bourbon is in the house. Yep. Cheers, Chris. Whiskey Nose Marty Party. That's funny stuff. Sugar Kitty's in here. Top Shelf Dustin has been like enticing me with all of his stuff up here talking
Can you
about.
see those?
Yeah. So Dustin sounds like he's got some cool things coming up. Next review is what Lagavulin, then Ardbeg, part of a huge versus the Springbank will be, and then the Elijah Craig barrel picks, and a 27-year Red Breast Batch 2. If you know Dustin likes doing a lot of top shelf stuff, and I appreciate it because his knowledge and his stuff helps me understand, do I want to go get it or not? So I appreciate what you do, Dustin. I hope more people spend time and go in there and check him out because it's really, really good knowledge. What's up, Cheech Artolito? Whiskey Encore is in the house. If one of my mods could drop Dustin's link, I'd appreciate it. Go check Dustin out. All right.
You going back through before the reveal, or
we're going to go back through them real quick.
Any last minute changes?
See if I'm only going to check my ones I'm confused on. My 2 and 3, I'm pretty dead locked on. So I'm going to go back to 1 and 4. This time I'm going to do 4 first, then 1. So I'm going back to my number 4. Hey, Chief, did you ever let me go up here and see where I was at. Let's go in here. Big League Bourbon. Cheers, you crazy Floridian. I watched a whole bunch of stuff about Jacksonville recently, Cheech. That's crazy. No, but what I was going to say, Cheech, did you ever end up getting that Blanton sent to you? Ah. Yeah. We do. That's what I was just saying. I was wondering if they ever got it to you. Yeah, make sure you go check out Top Shelf Whiskey. Those guys give you some insight to stuff that you probably have never had. But if you wanted to get it, you at least have an idea of what's going on. What's up, Tony Two Toes? Glad you could jump in, Anthony. So I'm going back to my number 4. I want to go back 4 and 1 again, see if I think I have them right. I'm just going to nose them against you. So I'm going to put 4 to my right, 1 to my left. I still think I'm right, though. I got to be right on this. I'm pretty sure.
I switched my 2 and 3 around. Thought 3 was better than 2.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Cheech. If you just want to keep it as it is straight up, I'm good with that. I don't care. Did you switch them around?
Yeah, I switched my 2 and 3. I did like 3, substantially more than 2.
I'm keeping mine.
It had the runner's kick and the straightaway.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine the way it is because that number 4 gives me a hint of number 1, but then I get a taste in the finish. That is a yeah, Cheech, that's fine. Just give me a shout. Text me, whatever. I'm good with whatever you want to do, bud. Yeah, I think I have my order. I think I have them. My number 1 is number 1, 4 is number 2, 3 is number 3, and 2 is number 4. So
You ready for some kind of a reveal here?
yeah, we're ready to reveal. So what we're doing is we're looking at our cards to see what's what, and we got our cards underneath here to figure out. So we'll start with what our worst.
Let's start with the minor cases.
So
I have the least expectations for it.
yeah, minor case is what I had as my number, my very last one, which was my number 2. I wrote down that it was the minor case because of the sherry,
Okay.
which is the heart, right?
Yep. Which was
Yep.
Mine was correct.
Mine was correct. So point for me, yay me, but point for you, boo you. So 1 point there. Okay.
Yeah. Now it gets tricky.
My number 3, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, your worst, your third place.
Yeah, my third place. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, no doubt about it. My number 3, my king of clubs, is Angel's Envy Cast Strength, or the Angel's Envy Rum. No doubt about it.
Club.
And I was right. Point for the good guys. There was
Wow.
no way that wasn't Angel's Envy Rum, Caribbean Rum. Just that it was. It is, for whatever reason, to me, it is just a straight, absolute straight maple bomb. What's up, Bird Ben? I hope you're feeling better, brother. The Gunny's here. He's here. He's been talking. I don't know what that is. So far, I'm 2 for 2. What was your third place?
My third place wasn't that.
How do you know? Did you already look?
I knew I had third place.
Oh, well,
It
yeah,
wasn't
right.
Angel's Envy Rye.
Ah. So what I had is my second place.
Let's see.
My second place was mint, florals, black tea. It is the Yippee-Ki-Yay. My number 4, that should be a spade. Oh, no. I screwed that one up. What the fuck? How did I mess that up? No, so I got 2 wrong. What? Well, I know what I had wrong then. I don't think I've ever pulled that note out of Yippee-Ki-Yay. But it was the one I was the most going back and forth with.
Which means the
Yeah,
spade.
Dustin, you're not wrong. Yeah,
Spade is Jefferson's.
spade,
Which is number 3.
my number 4. All right. Well, I had them really close. I had 3 stars and a 2 stars and a half. So they were close. But Dustin, I don't disagree. But I will say this though: you have to have it, and you have to drink it regularly. I've had it not too long ago, but I don't think if I wouldn't have been for the fact I hadn't had it, I had it about a couple months ago. But before that, I hadn't had it for a few years. So, but yeah, it does have a signature note to me. So my number 1 overall in this flight, technically, was the Yippee-Ki-Yay. I liked this Yippee-Ki-Yay best. And my number 2 was the Jefferson's Rye and Cognac.
My number 1 was Angel's Envy Rye. And my number 2 was Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Ah, nice.
Jefferson's was 3rd. And the minor case had a firm lock on 4.
Yeah. I knew my 2 and 3 for sure. My 3rd and 4th place for sure. I was really going back between those two, between the Yippee and the Jeffersons. Probably because I haven't had Yippee-Ki-Yay in so long.
Well, a couple of them kicked off notes I wasn't expecting.
I had a very, very, very pungent note on number 4, which instantly made me think of vermouth. It tasted like a note of a martini. But I wasn't wrong on that. I was just wrong on that. It did have a weird pungent note. Maybe I just got it wrong with the vermouth or whatever, but there's no doubt about it. It'll go good with the cigar. Both the Jefferson. We know the Jefferson's goes good with it.
Any of the three will go good with the cigar.
Yeah.
The minor case can go back on the
The
shelf.
minor case can go back as a pretty, bottle that has like weird engravings on it. But the Jeffersons, we had that with a cigar the other night, and it was really good.
That's why it's almost all gone.
Yeah, we about plowed through that Jefferson's cognac finished straight right. So, which batch of the Yippee? I don't know. I gotta look. You want to look at it?
Can I see?
I have to get out my magnifying glasses to figure that out.
I don't see a batch on it. There's no. Oh, here it is. Batch 8.
Batch 8. So the Yippee-Ki-Yay was batch 8. Batch number 8, limited showing. Ching ching. There you go. But yeah, it was, I'll tell you what, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'll be honest with you. I was taken back by it. Maybe I need to spend more time drinking cognac.
I haven't had the Angel's Envy in a long time, but I do really, really love rum.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Gunny is definitely a rum guy. He's got a lot of rum. So not just American whiskey and bourbon. He's a rum guy. But dude, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was hoping to make sure that, this lasted until about, around 8 o'clock. I didn't expect to go long because that's why we went through and just did the rankings. We're going to blend them all now.
It's traditional, isn't it?
It's traditional. We gotta take them all and blend them. So we always do this at the end.
Nothing goes to waste.
The problem is the best stuff always is when you drink the most of. So you're hoping the best stuff does enough to not fix the minor case.
Well, the minor case wasn't bad. It was
very
very identifiable.
it was like a really, really, really light Blanca cigar. Not even a Connecticut leaf. It was like Blanca. It was just kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm hanging out here. I'd go really good with some milk chocolate. Milk chocolate might enhance me. But in this case, you know what? I'll tell you what. I can instantly smell the Angel's Envy the rum in here.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a maple bomb. It's like straight maple. This actually smells new channel or big league bourbon. So let's see. Next Wednesday, I will be most likely live from Illinois. Pretty sure I'll be live over there with Big League Bourbon and Mr. Sir Lord Shane Long. Together, we'll probably be live. We'll do some stuff with Bourbon Time. We'll probably be doing some different stuff throughout the week. And then, let's see, the week after that, I'm not sure yet. To be announced. So, yeah, so we definitely have some pretty cool stuff coming up. Both with story time, with Bourbon Tie-In. Hopefully, I'm hoping in the coming months to be able to do half of these here at the headquarters and the other half down at the Bourbon Battalion Whiskey Tasting Experience. So that's coming along nicely. I'm still just waiting on the state to get the D3 stuff done. Everything's submitted and sent in. I'm just waiting for the state to get back. Once they do, it will take me a month from the time I get everything back from the state until I'm open and running for business. So when I'm ready and all that stuff, you guys will know. You guys will know before I'm ready. I just have fine tuning stuff, health department stuff, vendor stuff, you name it. There's stuff. All four of them together are all right. I think the minor case kind of kills it. But I think the Angel's Envy just is so dominant.
I haven't had Angel's Envy for so long.
It's so dominant. You can't get away from the maple.
But I have to point out that the Angel's Envy is so low that obviously I thought it kicked ass before.
Yeah, so most everything, we put a hurt on stuff. So I went through and looked of the bottles that was consumed fully and emptied. Do you know what the full total COVID number was? It's scary. It's way more than you'd think. Way more. Let's just say that it's a lot. We did our due diligence to fight off the COVID virus as much as possible. A lot. I was stunned when I went through and looked at all the bottles.
Now that I know I poured it straight from the winning bottle, and yeah, that's the note I was looking for.
Maple?
That was what I liked.
Yeah, maple. So if you're wondering, the total number of bottles that was drank from the beginning of 2020 till current, 73. 73 bottles were killed. That's an alarming number of bottles.
Can we approach the COVID relief fund?
We should be, right? It's like, excuse me, due to COVID, I have relinquished, some of my stash. I need it replaced, please.
It's COVID's fault. It's COVID's fault.
Stupid COVID. Hey, people get bailouts for everything. I need to get a bailout for my bar.
Your COVID cough syrup.
I'll tell you what, though. When I was hitting that COVID stuff hard, because I was like, I had this like silly logic. Really, it was just because no one argued about me drinking. But I was like, so if they tell you that to kill the COVID virus, you have to use, the Clorox wipes or, whatever hand sanitizer, and it runs 60% alcohol. I'm like, okay, 60, that's 120.
Anything over that's fair game.
Anything over 120 is going to kill shit, right? So I was like, sweet. Bullet Frontier cash strength. It's cheap. It's way over that. I shit you not. I drank a case of it. You can ask my wife and the Gunny. I easily went through a case of that stuff in the beginning. One, it's really good. Chris, do you want to sample those first? Yeah, we could all use a whiskey bailout for sure. I don't have any more of my Evan Williams 23 because I was a really good guy and donated a bunch of it, and I drank most of it. But I do have 12. I do have 12. If you want to sample first, I can get a sample of both. But at the same token, I know where you can get them. A $1,200 check isn't going to cover that. No way. No, $1,200 ain't going to put a dent in the stuff I drank through. Because I drank through some stuff that I will never have again. So, that moment of weakness where you're like, you know what? Screw it. It's COVID. I'm just going to drink. Then you finish it and you're like, why did I drink that all? I didn't know it would do that.
Yeah, I didn't know it would do that.
Stupid COVID. Oh, yeah, we definitely did. We plowed through so much.
Well, that's bad news for my Angel's Envy bottle.
But that's not yours.
Plow through. Oh, all the better then.
And that one was mine.
That's probably why so much of it's gone.
You're sitting there, I was like, wait a second. That's my Angel's Envy bottle. Yeah, exactly.
Well, then bad news for mine.
1,200 would get me 3 bottles of what I really want because I drank through one of them. So I'd like to have another one to drink through and 2 in the hold, and then maybe 2 other bottles. So it'd give me 5 bottles that I want. And obviously, when I'm talking about the 3 that I want, that's 3 Evan Williams 23s. One, so I could drink it with a cigar regularly and not feel bad about it. The second one, so that I can open it and like occasionally sip it. And the third one, so I can just look at and realize someday I'm going to have to open you. And I'm hoping it's not soon. Yeah, but that Angel's Envy is just so signature maple. It's just,
What did your number one end up being?
it ended up being the Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Oh,
Batch 8.
I ain't surprised.
But I thought for sure I was really thought the note I had on those. Now I was noting towards, so I will say this, my 1 and 4, I was noting towards the finish because on the palate, they were really similar.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to figure out, okay, what are the subtle differences? Could it be the cognac or could it be the vermouth? You know, because I'm very familiar with Syrah, and my gut told me when I was looking at this, I looked at the front one and I looked at the bottom one, and the only one of those 2 that I actually had pepper was my number 1. And what did I say Syrah is? Mm-hmm. It's pepper. It's pepper. Why I didn't follow my own logic. Advice,
mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I got in my own head and I was just like, oh, you know, oh.
Well, Yippee-Ki-Yay is Ben's favorite.
Yeah. You know, and it's a really good rye. I didn't have any mint note on it at all. There was nothing on it. I will say that, you know, number 4 had some mint notes, but they weren't heavy mint notes. They were more black tea notes, which I really like black tea notes too. So I will say this though, the Jefferson's, the new Jefferson's straight rye finished in cognac cask is really good. I really like it. I think it's very good. If you don't like mint, you might not like it as much. I'm not saying it's a mint bomb. It's present. You're definitely going to pull out mint on it. We didn't add the Midwinter's Night Dram just because we thought it would be so
overwhelming.
Yeah, we just
obvious.
We thought it would be incredibly obvious. Even though I knew the Angel's Envy would be, to me, the Gunny hadn't had it in a long, long time. So he's like, oh, well, my bottle's empty. Well, when his bottle is mine. But, you know, Clint likes Angel's Envy. Clint's had it. He's been here at the house, and we've drank through a bunch of it. And, you know, when people come to the house, come to the HQ and sit around and want to try something, that stuff, just like Shane, everything in here is free game. There's only one bottle that doesn't get opened. I won't try. Anything else is free game. I have no beef with anything.
But the rum was obviously present.
Oh, yeah.
The rum was obviously present. Brown sugar right off the bat.
Yeah. But, you know, when you think of brown sugar, you and I, brown sugar is really getting
brown sugar, molasses.
maple.
Molasses is rum.
Yeah, you start getting these notes. It's really good, right? So
molasses is rum.
All right, so it's about 8:05. I know there's a couple things going on tonight. Me and the Gunny are going to jump off here in 5 minutes. So I'm going to go till 8:10. We're going to jump off, and we have some unfinished business to take care of. We have something we need to taste so that he can take it home. I have some cigars we need to smoke that we just got that we haven't opened yet. So we got some other pairing notes to do. Down the road, it's going to be a little bit. My August is going to get weird. I just got notifications today that if I can get my passport back in time, I'm probably going to have my whole August might be in Portugal, which will really throw a kink into my time. However, if I do 7 p.m. on Wednesday here, that's midnight. It's either midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning there. That's not bad for me because I usually am up all night anyway. So, but I'm going to be about 100 kilometers outside of Portugal, in a little town called Silas. Dealing with some fiber optic networks that come in through the oceans. So in this case, it'll be a neat little place. It's somewhere I haven't been before. I've been to Lisbon, but I haven't been to this entire place. Yeah, Portugal is Madeira County, our country, definitely. But yeah, I should still be able to do some of my stuff. And guess what? Maybe I'll do like a overseas hunt. Who knows? Or at least a duty free. I'm going over there. I might as well take something duty free to taste. If you find 15, you're thinking that's too many. What is it? What are you guys talking about? So Baller's saying to buy something. Burnball, I'm just working on building up points. Buy them locally this year. It comes out. Oh, yeah, you're dealing with your points down there at the I know what store you're at. Yeah, I hate their point system. I understand it. I get it. You know what? It's good for their business. I appreciate what they're doing. It's a perk. But boy, that's a pain if you can't, you can't buy all the stuff the same day. Oh, King of Kentucky. Yeah. Me and the Gunny went down there one time and tried like crazy to get enough points. And they said we couldn't do it the same day. We'd have to buy everything and then come back. We're like, ugh. So, but I forget what he was looking for at the time. But there was something down there they really wanted. So 2-minute countdown. What's going on tonight? We tried, Dustin. They wouldn't let us. Unless we're talking. What's the store that we couldn't buy? We could buy everything, but we couldn't use the points the same day.
Any of the Gallenstein places in Kentucky.
No, Gallenstein in Kentucky, but when the one over in Cincinnati?
No, they're all in Kentucky.
Was it Gallenstein?
Yeah, so Stadium Liquor.
Stadium Liquor.
There's a lot of the places in northern Kentucky that's under Gallenstein.
Oh yeah. So the Gallenstein place is where we're at. What's up, Sherry? Glad you could jump on. I'm getting ready to stop, but I appreciate you jumping on. What? Dustin, we tried that and that did not work. They told us we had to come back. You couldn't buy and get your points the same day and then use your points the same day. They said we had to do it back. And that was a Stadium, right? Stadium Liquor.
We spent a shitload of money.
Oh, yeah. But
you couldn't get anything good.
Yeah. The new Larceny Barrel Proof B521 might be the best batch they've ever done yet. Really? Huh. Interesting. Maybe a sample's in order. We'll have to do a sample swap. Stadium makes up rules if they don't like you. Well, that's very possible.
They got some good stuff, but it's on the shelf because nobody can get it.
Sherry has to unpack and do laundry. Ugh. It's the worst. Hopefully you're unpacking from vacation, though, which makes it better. Well, I can stop. I have to. I've got stuff I have to do. That don't mean I won't jump back on later tonight. I'm sure. Who's going on later? Is Livewire going on after the MASH? He's got to. I can't imagine he's not. I didn't look though. Who's going on after the Mash and Jump tonight? Let me look. I have to imagine that someone's going on. Who's going on tonight? Today. The zombie apocalypse. Nope. Nope. That's now. I will. Yeah, well, he's going on at 9, but who's going on after him? I know he always goes on at 9. I don't know. You know what? We'll see what 11 o'clock brings. I'll probably come back in here and see what's going on at 11 o'clock. If someone's going, great. If not, then hey, you know what? We'll see what happens. But it's 8:11. I'm a little bit past where I was going. Make sure you go over and check out Whiskey Mountains. I know she's going through some stuff. Mashing Drums got stuff going on tonight. And check back later. Who knows? Either someone will be going live or I will. It doesn't matter to me. I have a feeling after I'm done doing whiskey and cigars, I'm going to be in the mood to do more whiskey. So it just happens that way. So as always, take care of the people that love you. Love the people that take care of you. Be good to people. And it's a real simple thought. I promise you, everybody's nice. Everybody's just waiting for someone to be nice to them. Take the opportunity to be nice to someone. Bourbon Bauer, she's canceled. Who's canceled? You always do it, Marty. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know who's. Someone said she's canceled. What are you guys talking about? Did Whiskey Mountains cancel? No way Whiskey Mountains canceled. I don't think so. Now I gotta look. She should have been on now, right? Peerless single brought lot. Okay, so Jason's on now. Okay, so Adriana canceled. Well, okay, well that's fine because Jason's coming on at 8:30. That gives a 15-minute resync, drink your water, go to the bathroom, shake it out, get your cool down, get all ready to go, get your second wind. The Bourbon Van is live now. You can catch up with the Bourbon Van. Cool new channel. Well, newer to me, but the Gunny gives him a thumb up. He likes the Bourbon Van. Jump on there, and we'll see what's going on later. So I will check back in later. Love all you guys. Thanks for supporting me. I really appreciate it and all you do. And as always, be good to the people that are good to you. All right. Cheers, guys. Out.